Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful Today Update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sheila realizes Deacon helped free her from jail. At Il Giardino, Evan could not believe Deacon would do so important for someone who was just a friend. Deacon admitted that he watched about Sheila. He said he had been forgiven and wanted Sheila to have the same chances. Sheila, who'd been hearkening in, beamed to herself. Glad to see that cleric had put his life together. Even joked that the favor had made them indeed. Even inquired about Deacon's history with Sheila, who'd done terrible effects. Cleric participated his feeling that Sheila had changed. He said she had been told she did not earn love, and words like that took a risk on a person. Deacon said if one was told she was a monster all the time, she might believe it and do monstrous effects. Deacon did not believe it had to be that way and said Evan would be amazed at what a little love could do. Even suspected that Deke and Sheila had been involved. Admitting it, Deacon said no bone knew but Bill and Ridge. Evan misdoubted Ridge was happy about Deacon being with the woman who'd shot Ridge's son. Deacon claimed that they'd been discreet, and he asserted that Ridge did not get a say-so in Deacon's love life. Evan remarked about cleric intermediating for Sheila, telling Deacon said it had felt right, and he'd no regrets. Even stated that he would been glad to help, and it had not been that much of a stretch since the case had been grounded upon an illegal hunt and seizure. Deacon said Evan had still made sure Sheila had walked down from it. Evan was glad it had made Deacon happy, but even advised his friend to be careful with a woman like Sheila because Evan might not be suitable to help the coming time. Deacon said there wouldn't be a coming time. As Evan prepared to leave, he suggested that coming time they partake a mess without the favors. Cleric walked Evan out, but upon his return, Cleric saw Sheila standing by his vacated table. Sheila said she could not believe what she was seeing. "Drinks for two?" she asked. Deacon claimed that it had been a business meeting. He noted that it was strange to see her out in the open and not stuck in the apartment. He asked why she sounded to be acting so strange. Sheila said she was getting used to the phenomenon of being a free woman. Cleric saw it as no phenomenon because Bill had muffed the disquisition. Sheila remarked that Bill was an idiot, but effects still could have gone his way. She suspected an outside force had interposed to assure she would live a life of freedom so that she could love her son and grandson. Cleric was happy Sheila was out, but he had to get back to work. He stated that they'd said their farewells and she was not making it easier. He offered to let her order commodity to eat before she left. Sheila said she could not leave without Cleric knowing how much all he would done had meant to her. She said she was not a monster, and he really believed she wasn't. She said he saw commodity in her, and it made him feel she might be good of a life, freedom, a relationship with her son and love. Sheila said all she would ever wanted in life was to be loved. She knew she was able of giving it, but because of him, she felt she might be good of entering it too. Cleric asked where that was coming from. Sheila admitted that she would seen Cleric with the judge who'd presided over her case, and she would heard what Deacon had said. She asked how she could ever thank Deacon for what he would done for her. At the Precipice house, Finn assured Lai that he would get Sheila out of his life. Lai claimed that Finn had to be cold, harsh, and loathing with Sheila because if Sheila saw an ounce of emotion or vacillation, she would no way leave them alone. Lai believed it was the only way to get Sheila to leave Los Angeles for good. Lai replied that Finn knew what to do. Lai seethed, saying she despised Sheila. Though Lee abominated to feel that way, she asserted that she wanted Sheila out of their lives for good. Lai set up it hard to let go of her wrathfulness and fear. She said she would no way forgive Jack for his affair. In her view, Jack had prevaricated every day of their marriage, hiding that Finn was really Jack's love child. Lai linked that as the reason Sheila had been suitable to terrify them. In Lee's view, it had been insupportable, and Sheila had known Jack had been married. Lee asked Finn to say he would no way forgive her moreover. Finn replied that he no way would, but Lee claimed to see that he was disaccorded. Finn denied it and said he would do all within his power to keep Sheila from his family. Lai stated that Sheila was cancer, and Finn knew how croakers remedied cancer. "We cut it out," Lai asserted. She reminded him to flash back what was on the line, his family. Finn yelled that he missed his family. He was missing watching the kitties grow while Steffi's side of the bed remained cold. Lai steeled Finn, telling him to be firm with what he'd to do. Latterly, Finn was alone, leaving a communication for Steffi. He said he missed her and could not believe how important the kitty sounded to have grown in the prince he would seen. He'd assured her that he would make effects safe and that they'd be together soon. At Thomas' house, Hope asked Thomas to say it again. He uttered that he loved her, and no matter what she felt for him or what was passing, he was always loving her. It meant a lot to Hope to hear it, but she did not want to hurt him. He said it was okay that she did not know what to feel. Having her clothes was each he demanded, and he claimed it did not count because he'd enough love for both of them. Thomas asked to show Hope how important he loved her. He said she could love him just as important, she just had to let go. He asked her to give him a chance and let go. Hope claimed it had no way been like this for her ahead. He said it had not for him, moreover. For Hope there was commodity about him and the way he looked at her and talked to her. She had no dubieties, and his heart was not divided. It felt good to her to know that he was absolutely devoted to her. Hope stated that Thomas always knew what she demanded to hear. He repeated that she was the only woman for him, and Hope chortled. He said she was everything he demanded, and he loved her. For him, it was a love that felt like Romeo and Juliet, and until his dying day, he would always love her. Sheila eavesdrops, Lay demands, Thomas, plea. The bold and the beautiful recap for Monday, September 25, 2023, indicate that Deacon Sharp thanks the judge again for helping Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. The judge tells Cleric they're now indeed. Lee Finnegan tells John, Finnegan has to get relief of Sheila. Lai tells Finn that has to be cold and harsh. This is the only way to get Sheila to leave for good. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, says Thomas Forrester's heart is beating so presto. Thomas loves Hope and will always love her. Hope tells Thomas that means so important, but she doesn't want to hurt him. Thomas says being so near to Hope is each he needs. Thomas has enough love for the both of them. Thomas wants to show Hope how important he loves her. Thomas begs Hope to give him a chance. Hope says it has no way been like this for her ahead. It hasn't for Thomas, moreover. Hope says there's commodity about Thomas. The way he looks at her and talks to her. Hope doesn't have any dubieties. Hope knows that Thomas's heart isn't divided. Thomas is absolutely devoted to her. Thomas always seems to know what Hope wants to hear. Thomas will love Hope until his dying day. Lee Finnegan pushes John Finnegan to cut that cancer out. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Finn is sorry and wishes there was more he could do. Lay wants Sheila out of their lives for good. Lai tells Finn to admit that he wants the same. Lee cannot let go of this wrathfulness. Lai will no way forgive Jack Finnegan for putting them in this situation. Lai says Finn is equivocal about Sheila. Lay reminds Finn how it feels to be a family. Lai says Sheila is cancer and to remedy that occasionally requires cutting it out. Lai tells Finn to concentrate on his family. Finn needs to get Steffi Forrester home where she belongs. Finn cannot stand coming home without Steffi and the kiddies. Finn knows he's going to miss so much of the kiddies' lives. Finn needs to be firm and get relief of Sheila. Finn calls to check in with Steffi. Sheila Carter is moved by Deacon Sharp's conduct. Cleric says Sheila has been told she's a monster and has heard it over and over again. Deacon says he'd be amazed by what a little love can do. The judge says it seems like Deacon and Sheila are involved indeed, though he knows everything she has done. Deacon says it surprises him occasionally too. Cleric will always be thankful. The judge tells Cleric to be careful with a woman like Sheila. The judge congratulates him and tells him coming time he may not be suitable to help. Sheila acts surprised to see Deacon at their restaurant. Sheila brings up her release from captivity. Sheila thinks it was a phenomenon that she was released. Cleric is glad that Sheila is out. Cleric has to get back to work. Cleric tells Sheila that they cannot be seen together. Sheila tells Deacon how important everything he has done means to her. Cleric always sees commodity different in Sheila. Perhaps she's good of love. All Sheila ever wanted was to be loved. Sheila tells Deacon that she heard everything between him and the judge. Sheila knows Deacon is the reason she's free. Sheila asks how she ever thanks Deacon for that. Finn knows that Steffi needs to feel safe and he'll make sure they are. Finn says they will be together soon. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.